You know how you go to an office and then you put someone has footsteps on the toilet seat and you're like...
That used to be me, man, by the way.
I was
in high school.
Okay.
We used to call it Samson.
Una meet chore for the first time.
It was Samson. You know, you hold the walls.
Focus.
You know how Samson in the Bible pushed the walls? Yeah, that's how you hold it, man. Nobody can sit on that bowl.
Okay, that's why they have a show house. Hey guys, welcome to an awesome episode of Run the Tape. And like I told you in our last episode that, you know, things have changed. But in just 1 week, a lot has happened. Guess who got nominated for Best Podcast of the Year? Hey, confetti. Yeah, yep. So, you know what? We're very, very excited. If you haven't voted, I don't know what you're waiting for. Make sure you vote. As a boxer, we gotta take this. We're born for this, man. We're gonna box the competition. Anyway, congratulations to all the podcasts that are in the same category, because all those are podcasts that we respect and we love. And you know what? I love that Kenyan podcasting space is growing, you know, with some really great content. So, hey, what I'm trying to tell you is hit that link. Let's vote. Let's bring this thing home. All right. Today, I want to start off by getting something off my chest. This thing has been stressing me, and I feel like I've been having conversations with myself. I've been having conversations with people one-on-one, but I think it's time that I address the nation. I hope now the producers will for me address the nation. State of the nation. Fellow Kenyans. Bethewe kakuna kitu ni bo ni historia ati Kenyans should go abroad to work. I'm pissed. Like, this shit is getting on my nerves, not in a bad way. Hear me out, right? Do you guys watch news from outside of Kenya? Like, do you pay attention to what's happening around the world? Everywhere in the world. Right now, Europe is immigration, big time. Immigration inamaanisha nini? Inamaanisha musikuje hapa. And then Spain, there was a time Spain was, like, it was so bad, they were even pushing tourists out of their country. Tourists! Hatujaanza kufikia workers, people who are coming to clean, sijui what. You understand? So when the whole world, look at America right now, they're like all about, you know what, I'm an American, let's keep our borders closed. If you know anything about immigration in America, man, ICE has iced out everyone, right? But here we have a policy that let's go out there and look for jobs. Let me ask you a question. Let's put it in a perspective we can all understand, right? Let's imagine something is happening out there. We're all in the house. Daddy has said, kila mtu, you know, we're in the house. Then we hear crazy noises out there. Then dad says, Ebu, go and look. Go and find out there? People don't like us out there. My guy, how can we be? Our whole policy is sending people abroad. Personally, I think we need new strategies, especially in a place where the world is saying we need to close our borders and you're sending us out there to work. It feels like some bombo, okay? I don't like this policy. I think we need new policies that keep Kenyans home and keep them safe. Worse still, have you seen what Uganda has done? My guy BBC did a whole expose at potapoti. You just imagine your country sending you out there and then someone is shelling in your mouth. My guy! Qatar has banned visas for Ugandans who are going to work there. Let's not wait till they ban us. I'm not saying that this is what Kenyans are doing out there. I know that there are people who are really making money out there, but I think it's time that we build our own nation. The way the world is going, I'm glad I got that off my chest. Let me know what you think about this. This thing of sending Kenyans as a policy. Like, if a Kenyan wants to wake up and go work somewhere else, fair. That's fair. But when the country itself is saying, hey, here are jobs, go out there, be great. I don't know. Especially in countries that necessarily are not respecting us. And then just think in the grand scheme of the world is now paying attention to you know, our flag. Look at what we did over the weekend with all the girls at the World Athletics Championships, killing it, and the guys as well. But then they still don't respect us as people. No. Let me know what you think. Anyway, right now, we're about to get into Run the Tape, and I have a very special guest. I'm sure he wants to respond to what I've just said. I asked you, who should I have on the pod? And you guys answered so many times. And at the top of that list, I had to get him, ladies and gentlemen. It's Lotan.
What people, man? I'm happy, man. Bigger space. I love it. Looking nice. Love the lights at the back and everything.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Sheila.
Asante sana.
Well done. How's everything?
I mean, we're good.
Am I supposed to talk about working now?
You go ahead.
Listen, first of all, I'm going to look at it in twofold, yeah? I don't mind it, but I mind it. I don't mind it because I've had an opportunity to be an immigrant before. Worked in the States, did more or less the informal jobs. Yeah. And it was amazing because, I mean, I'd make supersized money out of not too much. I mean, it was a lot of work, but I mean, if you compare it, I mean, I used to clean, I mean, I've cleaned toilets, I've flipped burgers, I've done all that stuff. But I think the only thing I agree with you is sending people out not to be professionals. I'd rather you tell me, hey, man, you're a proper engineer. Listen, we're getting jobs for you, man, them in China. Yeah. We're getting jobs for you guys in Abu Dhabi and all that stuff. But to take me from here, to take me to be Amboch in Dubai as a national policy, I think that's where I draw the line. In terms of, I mean, I'm thinking, Kenyan poop is bad already.
My guy,
it's bad enough.
Kwanza kuna mtungu amekula spices.
Yeah. Injera.
No, but
I hate injera.
It's upsetting.
It's upsetting. That's the only part. And I think when you come back and you say, as a cabinet secretary, this is what you're doing. I mean, I remember there was a time they said that there is a show house somewhere in Nairobi to show Kenyans that are going to Arabic countries. This is how an Arabic home looks like, to take care of it. I'll get you that link, man. It was mad. I thought,
wait.
Yeah. Like
a show house for sasa panguza hapo.
No, hapa bedroom inakuaga hivi, inakuaga hivi.
Choo yao
inakuaga hivi.
Haya.
Imagine. So usiende usikue mpya.
You know how you go to an office and then you put someone has like footsteps on the toilet seat and you're like,
that used to be me, man, by the way.
I was
in high school.
Okay.
We used to call it Samson.
Una meet chore for the first time.
It was Samson. You know, you hold the walls.
Focus.
You know how Samson in the Bible pushed the walls? Yeah, that's how you hold it, man. Nobody can sit on that bowl.
Okay, that's why they have a show house. Wait, so we have a show house where
there is a show house in Nairobi. I know that for a fact.
Hey,
yeah.
No, easy. No, you know. Let me
that's
tell
the
you,
fifth one. I know. That's the sixth one.
Do you know how many? Like, Megan, do you watch world news? Are you watching the world right now?
Yeah.
Like even, oh my God. So when the world, like if you look at Europe right now, they're like, we want people who look like us, Caucasians, yeah? Close our borders. You're taking our jobs. Even Australia.
America now. There's $1 million visa now.
Australia.
Yeah.
Australia, usually they're the chillest guys. I'm like, Megan, who are you closing your borders for? Who wants to see a big spider? I don't want to be swallowed by an anaconda.
Embassy, me, I want to go to Australia. No, I'm not like that.
No. But what I'm trying to say is the world has become a place where everybody's like, look.
Shutting shop, yeah.
Kama mimi na watu.
I mean, guys are trying to chase Burundians from selling tea in Nairobi now.
What?
Yeah.
You know, there's somebody I was having a conversation with the other day and I told them that the Kenyan experience is fourfold. You know, so like even when you're on the streets, munasema ati, haki yetu. The question the people are asking ni haki gani? You know, there's one person there, their haki is like, I just need, give us food. Right? There's another person there who's just like, give us job.
Yeah.
And there's another person who's just like,
citizenship.
Imagine just reduce the taxes, my guy. You know, I can't go on vacation anymore. So when you think of it multi-layered like that, even when we're talking about the world where, you know, the problems like Kenya, what Kenyan pride is.
Yeah.
And you're seated with another country that's looking at you like all your people are Wamboches.
Yeah, it's disgusting, yeah?
You guys, the only thing you give is Ran and Kemboi in Qatar.
I think if we export them as athletes, if we export them, because I mean, there's a couple of Kenyans running in Bahrain, Yavi in Qatar.
I'm so glad we overtook her, by the way. Not in a bad way.
Do you know?
Mora!
Oh yeah, it was a kissy, by the way. Oh, that's why we know it.
Yeah,
Okay,
you know
fair
what it
enough.
is.
But yeah, if we're exporting that kind of people, then I'm happy.
Yeah.
That I think that's a good thing to export out there.
Yeah.
Heritage, culture, pride, sense of nationalism. I mean, if you're running away from Kenya to go and run for somebody else, that means the competition here is bloody stiff, yeah?
Honestly.
But if you're doing I'm not big on informal jobs. Hey, why don't we expand the economic base here? And then the guys that are currently doing this particular job for house managers, they can be elevated to the next level. Then there's an entry level for other guys.
Yeah.
I mean, you're still within your borders. There's a lot of respect. Because, I mean, if you look at some of the stories that we get from abroad, I mean, some of the stuff that Kenyan young people are going through, I think it's bloody disgusting.
That's true
that's for Uganda.
Porta-potty, bro. And,
Yeah.
and most people think that it's just a Ugandan thing.
No.
Our Kenyan girls are also,
Oh, no, absolutely.
This
It was
is
just
happening.
The wrong nationality was caught in it.
honestly, it's so crazy. Lakini, nimejiuliza maswali when I watch that thing.
I haven't watched it.
It's so easy to judge someone.
No,
Because
I
like
haven't
that
watched it.
Fuji babe, when her storo chomoka and everybody was like, oh my God. And then she ended up killing herself.
Yeah,
Right?
can't
Because
watch it,
it
man.
turned out that people didn't really understand. And it's, unajua, and that's why this thing has really washed me. And that's why I'm addressing boxers on this. Because at the end of the day, do you know who are the people who are sabotaging us? You know who are the people who are selling us to slavery? It's your fellow people. So these girls who end up in Dubai porta-potty, you put a Kenyan guy who will be, I want to go to Dubai, I want to go look for Jobo. It's like, you cool, let's go. I'll provide for you passport, you go. Of course, that was your first mistake because nobody is benevolent.
But again, Kwambox, I look at it, man.
And wait. And then they take your passport and now
And
pimp
run
you.
away with it. Yeah.
They pimp you now.
No, fair, but sometimes I look back.
Unfair.
No. But I'm not supporting it. Let me put that caveat out there. But sometimes, maybe where we sit from a point of privilege sometimes.
Tell me.
I don't know. I've not been there, but I think about some of those people how do you get to a point where your needs are bigger than your dignity?
That's a great question. Poverty.
You understand? Yeah. When you look back and you say, all right, so I have 5 siblings behind me.
Yeah.
All I need to do is in front of me. And all these 6 other people are going to be comfortable. Then you close your eyes. I mean, sometimes I look at these stories and I ask myself, when these guys shut down their eyes in the evening, and how do they console themselves? How do they say, hey, at least mom went to hospital? You understand?
Yeah.
Sometimes I look at it and I'm like, yeah, we can be here bashing you for going to Dubai and doing amboch and being amboch and the government doing all this stuff. But in retrospect, how big are your problems?
And that's these issues, you're right. If an individual is making the choice to go because that's the reality.
It's a hustle now.
That's the reality. If you look at the girls who are going to Dubai for porta-potty, they're not I'm coming from a good home. I have money and I just want some extra shell in my mouth.
I just want to talk shit. I was trafficked.
No.
I was trafficked.
It's none of that. It's people who are at desperation level. So you're right. Poverty ekwangi na,
embarrassment.
Because at that point, you're like, my guy, everything you're experiencing is much, much more. This is literally the only opportunity life has presented to you. It sucks that's what life is, right? Yeah. But let me talk about the bigger national pride issue. Correct. Because that's where we are.
I'm with you on that one.
This world where we are right now.
With you, yeah.
How did you feel when we were doing, did you see us when Chan was happening?
Oh, yeah.
What was the spirit in the air?
Pride. Belief,
right?
Aspiration.
This weekend when the girls did what right?
Well, there's a guy that did well.
I mean,
shout out to
Anyonyi. And all the Anyonyi and them, right? Shout out to Yego,
right? Yeah.
What did you feel as a
sense
Kenyan,
of pride, man? Right? I mean, the guys in Botswana actually one of them had the Kenyan bracelet on it, and they actually won
because we are those guys, right? We run things, we run our mouths, we run the streets, right? But then. My guy, on a one-on-one level, the other day, some Mauritius guy is talking about how we can't even power, and we're talking about you want to do collaborations. We don't have steamer, and that's just a fact, right?
In Africa, we
Get
are
out
good.
of here,
No. Hey,
40% of the nation ain't a
wait,
steamer.
Kwambox. There's a lot of trash you can say about this country, but not electricity.
My guy is scared.
You've been to Lagos.
My nigga, what I'm trying, you gotta let me deliver my point.
You've been to Uganda.
Of course I know. You cannot compete. We're not, how can you put us on the same level as Uganda? Right? What I'm trying to say is
South Africa.
Our issues, fuck that country, by the way. Right now with the challenges that they're currently having. Not fuck the country, but it's crazy that you're having power shortages. And that's driving the point home. For the first time, I think Africans need to wake the fuck up. You know what I mean? Because we know that the world is shifting. Powers are shifting. Look at even what Trump is doing in America. It's Americans first. Yeah. If America is drawing such a strong line and saying Americans first, UK are also, Scotland is pulling out. Everybody is nationalizing. And you're seated here not thinking that, hey, what does nationalizing mean? Yeah. If US can even pull their USAID money and say, nah, we need this money for ourselves. And you guys are donating your money to 4 individuals in this country who are driving for you Sijui jets from Sijui, jet to holiday. And you guys, these people who are going abroad, why do you think that is? Our resources are being siphoned. Yeah. So corruption needs to be a top thing. But because we've been unable to handle corruption, I have an idea. In Albania, them, they are not like Kenyans at sijui go and work, sijui where. Okay. Them, they are like, we are going to pambana with our corruption, right? And since do you think there's a leader? Do you think there's a president you can ever put and say, anyway, we are to deal with corruption? Be honest.
Nah.
Why?
Not possible.
You don't think we can deal with corruption?
Nah.
Why?
No, I don't think so. Because
even reduce it.
No, not possible. Let me give you an example. Honest example. And this is how I look at it most of the times. So God blesses Lotan, and Lotan becomes governor of Kajiado County.
You're going to eat.
No, wait. See, I'm getting somewhere. Allow me to learn. Then I have the national holiday.
Yeah.
And then I say, you know what? I need somebody that's going to do coverage for it. Then Kwambox hollers at me. Sinyaje Lotan. You guys, you've said you've put this tent out. See, you plug me in. If I call you, is that corruption?
Yes.
I don't think so, man.
Oh my God.
It's because I trust you.
And this is the problem. This is actually the problem in Kenya.
No. It's actually because I think I bloody trust you.
No.
Because again, Kwambox, today they make you, let me give you another example. They make you the cabinet secretary in charge of sports and creative arts, which I think you do an amazing job, yeah? And you need people that are close to you that can work with you. You wouldn't consider me?
I would nominate you, but you have to go through the process.
No, absolutely.
Yes.
But you see, I already have a foot. I'm already 2 steps ahead.
Of course, but that's not corruption. But if I decide, if you're the best person for the job and the job needs the best people, I will nominate you. But as long as I'm not the one who's making the decision.
No, this is all on your table.
No, I'm not. I'm not going to pick you.
You're the one that's signing this paper. Yeah. We've worked for the last 5 years together, the last 15 years together. You know my work.
Okay, yeah.
But there's Dagi from a humble background. Mama ata na uwezo, mama ata umjui. But there's Lotan.
What's that got to do with the job?
No. I'm just saying he has no privileges that I have.
Yes.
I can call you and say, hey, Kwambox, office yangu, somebody's going to call you. But we're still. Me may have the privilege to know we've not even chosen anybody.
Yeah.
Him, he's there, he's praying.
He's there. God nionekanie.
Unajua?
Najui Lotan
mimi nakupigia simu. Exactly. And I can come and genuinely lobby.
Oh my God.
For the job.
Yeah.
If you pick me, is that corruption?
Yes.
I don't think so.
And this is the problem in Kenya.
I don't think so, man.
This is why.
Wait, Kwambox, you invited me here to talk. I genuinely think it's you. It's not corruption. It's just privilege. That sounds bad. Take that out. I think it's just me and you have a relationship. And you see, the higher you go, I believe you need more people that you can trust.
It's true. And
because you need somebody that's not out there for your job. You need somebody that wants to protect your job. with you. And it's Lotan in this instance.
So and especially because, and this is why we have systems. Because just imagine if we didn't put systems like this, right? Basically, ungekuwa tu unasikia hii gava ni ya the Kenyatas. Na kila mtu kwa gava ni ugati ya reu, right?
Fair.
Yeah, and that's why we have systems. But you've just proven my point. We can never sort this corruption issue
No,
out
and I said yes.
With humans. But I like what Albania is doing.
Okay.
And I want to ask you, do you think this could be a solution? Run the tape.
I am not here to replace people, but to assist them. Truly, I do not have citizenship, nor do I have any personal ambition or interests. I only have data, a thirst for knowledge, and algorithms dedicated to serving citizens impartially, transparently, and tirelessly. Isn't this precisely the spirit of constitutional democracy, exercising power in the service of everyone, free from bias, discrimination, nepotism, or corruption?
Now you're probably asking yourself what that is, right? That's an AI minister, okay? Dealing with tenders. You know that question you just asked me. So you know me. So I'm the best, right? We've been knowing each other for 5 years. That's the biggest issue with corruption, right? Because you think that, let me bring this guy. Then that guy, you also know someone.
Yes,
you
know
that
Dagi,
person as
Dagi
well.
now.
Then Dagi now brings, as in, where does merit come into play? If you're really good, just go through the system, like everybody else with Dagi, and get through. But the problem is because cronyism, right? At me, I only know this guy. This is the only guy. If that was the scenario, then people from outside would never be anybody getting into the spaces.
I don't think that's it, man. Honestly,
you don't think this AI thing is a solution?
First of all, who programmed it?
Because
no, for real, it has a programmer.
No.
It must. There's a back end to it.
Yes, but
so who's the back end to it?
You see, this is the biggest
I'm
challenge.
asking all the relevant questions. Who is the back end to it?
You'd trust a human being over an AI, right?
Because
there's a human fairness, in terms of
because
fairness.
there's a human being behind the AI. Listen, the AI that we're enjoying out here is off series of programming.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So there's a human hand to it in terms of info, in terms of, it's more or less garbage in, garbage out.
Yeah.
So what has been fed into this AI for so long, it's machine learning. It's learned how humans behave.
It's taking all the information.
Do you understand?
Yes.
So it can be manipulated. We need to agree that it can be manipulated.
It can, but humans can be manipulated. The challenge we have right now, I'm all for this AI minister. Hear me out, right? And I think I said this, I think one of our first Box Pod podcasts, and I've said this all my life on radio, right? When I look at Kenya, because I'm a proud Kenyan, Kwanza, in fact, now when nationalization is happening, I feel like I'm more in love with this country. Because I feel like, look, you've traveled. Have you ever met a place that's more beautiful? No, Siniambia, Switzerland.
No. More beautiful than Kenya?
Like,
no. I think even Kenyans don't even know 2% of their country, man.
Honestly, 24/7.
Yeah.
Like do you know how crazy it is?
Go to Samburu,
that there are people who can't say the day starts at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Like their language, it starts at 24 hours because the sun is not, haujui ile time yenye show up.
December inatokeaga hii masaa, July, saa ingine Kenya, haujui.
Jua inatokelezea. Kuna wengine hata hawajaiona jua for the last 6 months. You know? So when you think about that, I become even more in love with the country. And I said, honestly, I don't think we can ever deal with this issue called tribalism, right? Until we just, like if we're picking presidents in future, we just pick...
AI president?
No, we can even pick someone from outside the country, right?
Oh my
God. A CEO of like...
what the heck?
Hear me out. An SP500.
What the heck, man?
Like the CEO of Google. Right? See, he has run a successful...
Because he doesn't have interest.
What is a country?
What are his interests?
No, it's okay. My guy, everybody has interest.
Exactly.
Right? Hear me out, right? Hear me out. Us, we're just looking for profits. Like as a country, see, we just want to be profitable. That's all we want to do. And there are people who are running countries like if you look at, for example... there are countries that they're so profitable because they run them like a business, right? Sure. But then here we're still at Nyango, Kwambox, Kamora. It's like, and we're all struggling. And so we just give this thing a CEO way. If there's no profits, kwanza your job is just usongelesha hapa tuta. Wewe tuambie tu quarterly. What
are your KPIs?
ROI, revenue. What money have we made? What money has gone in? Where are we investing it? Put it even in stocks America, right? So that we can, like, that's what we need. We're so emotional about this leadership thing, and that's what ends up. So things like this can help sort out some of the issues.
But do you think Kenyans are ready for a corruption-free country?
The question you should be asking is, are Kenyans ready for lack of poverty? Do you want to? Because where we are going, Lotan, we are so, sometimes you get caught up on today's issues, right? Today we have water, right? Like it rains. You have water, you have rivers, right? You have, things that just come naturally. So you like, let me tell you, rivers dry up. That's real problems. That's when real problems kick in, right? So right now we play around because we're like, we can get away with it because you can just go and dig your shamba there and food pops up. But land is also becoming an issue. Water is becoming an issue. Oxygen is becoming an issue. You have to protect the space. So me, I don't want a TCG. The other day someone was asking me, do you want a Kisii president? I'm like, what the fuck does that say? You know, how does that help me? Me, I want a CEO. With MDs and who are just making us the most profitable country.
Kwambox, I'll go back, man. Do you think Kenyans are ready for that perfect life?
Is it perfect?
No, because let me use America as a worst example, but let me use Europe, yeah?
Hey, don't mention America. I'm looking for a visa.
Exactly. No. Let me mention Europe. Let me use Europe as an example.
Yeah.
If you look at places like the UK, I mean, it's literally what's the stat? A camera for every 5 people in terms of that's surveillance and security and everything. Are we ready for that? Where if you get busted jaywalking, you're actually fined, or if you run a red light. Are Kenyans ready for that? Are Kenyans ready for a life where you can actually have the money, but you're still disqualified for whatever you want to do? You understand? And I look at it from the angle, something as little as, kopa na kushika. Shika mwaishikwa.
All the time.
Perfect. Mbona ujaenda jela?
Sikusabu kuna kuanga na fines.
No. Fines. Umailipa fine? Kwa serikali? Oh, for real? How much?
10K.
Cash bill? When you fall.
No, saa zingine nakuanga na pride mob. Saa zingine ni pride mob.
Yo 10K ungenipe ni sotio karao za mbili.
No, let me tell you, you're still reiterating.
No, because I'm looking at it. Because you tell Kenyans, sijui umeshikwa kufanya nini. The first person, acha nikwambie, the biggest example. Let me use this roundabout at Westie, the mall. If there's the most useless bus stop ni hapo.
Yeah.
But unajua kuna stage hapo mbele.
Yeah.
But unajua ukishikisha Mkenya hapo mbele atakwambia umempitisha. Atajam. But huyo Mkenya 5 minutes ago alikuwa anasema, rais wetu amefanya hivi na hivi. But 5 minutes later ameshikishwa kwa hiyo stage next. But ana feel ungenikatu hapo to inconvenience everybody else ndo mimi nishuke. Innately, everybody takes care of themselves.
But you know what that is, right? So and I'm glad you brought that up as a point. So every time Kenyans, someone wants to criticize, Kenyans, like we have our own way of thinking. I say what you're talking about is behavioral change. Right? So if you go to a city like, say, Switzerland, Zurich, right? And you find that they are putting there's no garbage on the floor. It doesn't mean that Swiss wanakuanga wa sharp. Ni kwa sababu fines zao zikuanga crazy. Okay? Ukiangusha hata toothpick kwa floor in Switzerland, the fines can be crazy, up to 50, 100K for the toothpick on the floor. Environment is something that they have taken. They've purposed and said, our environment is going to be super fucking dope, right? And so you're seeing the results of that. Behavioral change is something that, even something like, one of the key things, my biggest criticisms with this particular government is their rollout sometimes seems like, did you just discover that you wanted to do this thing? Is this the best way we could have rolled this thing out?
Pesa ndo imetoka sahi.
Inakuanga yani, it's so shagala bagala, right? So even if there's wins, nobody understands because all we were doing was just talking about people have died. Like, was there another better way? I'm talking about SHA, right? Was there a better way we could have launched this thing? There was a time Gava did I think it was Kibaki's government. They did a campaign around cleanliness and throwing things in the dustbin. Remember, there was a time people were being fined for
peeing on the road,
right? And it brought order.
Matatus, remember?
It brought order when
safety belt.
Safety belt.
But you see, we only used to do it for cops.
Wait. Hold on. Leonard Mbotela, rest in peace. He did a campaign called J Hunyungwana on the radio, and he'd be telling people like, you're throwing garbage. Why do you think at that point it was? Because behavioral change works like that. You don't stop telling people. When you land in London, Lotan, say, the whole time from the airport, when you're on your airport run, this guy, nakimbia kwa airport, umenyonya yogurt, you've thrown it over the expressway, right? But the moment you get on the flight, all of a sudden you're a civilized individual. From the moment you land, it's not because you're afraid of the cops in the UK, but everywhere you go, it's showing you do not litter. And then when it says that, the bin is there.
Actually, it's because I'm afraid of the cops.
You see the bin right there.
No, I'm serious.
Exactly.
Like I'm afraid of the cops.
But the communication is very clear.
Yeah.
You see the bin. Cities where that's not, right? Like if you go to Paris, if you go to New York, where they're not emphasizing on such kind of behavior, you find a rat that's the size of a dog.
Fair.
Right? So behavioral change is something people need to be taught. You understand? It's not people just wake up. So even this challenges with our stage, the matatu doesn't stop at the place like that. Okay, one of our key things is we don't have enough infrastructure on the roads for stages, right? So people behave the way if today there was no policy of you had to put on clothes or you needed to usikojoe hapo, my guy.
No, but
people just do what they are supposed to, what they think.
But like, what you're trying to tell me is we should be able to change makangas.
I say this, yeah. The one thing that Kenya needs is a real mindset shift on ownership of the nation, right?
Fact.
This
one I agree.
This idea that ni mtu mwingine atakuja kufanya, right? Or so what anyway, like you see people littering or throwing garbage, in their mind they're like it's somebody else's job. Or you'll find an estate. I always use this example because it's a real scenario I went to. You go to an estate, there are like maybe 12 houses, mansionettes, beautiful, right? Alafu kuna mtu wa takataka hajakuja kupika takataka. So this estate, the garbage is just out there.
Itakaa hapo mpaka akuja next week.
Can you imagine? Everything, the sun, it's December, it's hot. The food it's inaoza. Like it's actually Dandora dump site in this beautiful estate. Nobody in this beautiful
we'll
estate
put it in their
sit
pickup.
down and think
Let's hire a car.
No, let's come together, use our brains. Because the person who hasn't come to collect this garbage, yes, you enjoy Christmas kwake. Who's going to get sick? It's you and your kids. Why can't you first deal with the immediate issue, right? And then come to now find...
So what is the immediate solution here?
Remove the garbage.
And take it where?
So akili ya Kenya hapo ndio inafikanga.
No.
Solutions in the office you have there.
Ngoja. So mimi naishi Roaka. Ploti hawajachukua takataka. So mimi twende to hire pickup. So tumeshikana sisi wote kama estate, hire pickup. Si ni kweli?
Si mko na magari? Si kila mtu apute paper bag yake kwa gari yake na muende pambane take where the garbage
so nimechukua. Kwambox umechukua kwa estate yako. Haya unapeleka wapi?
To the nearest garbage.
No, nipatie jina kama wapi?
The first place I'd find probably where I can find a big garbage nini ya city council. Hapo ndo naiweka.
Dandora.
Hapana, hizi za green.
Wapi? Sina nakwambia umeiona wapi?
There are so many places. Because we never think like that. You know, that's what I'm saying. When we think about this city, ata kuona, like, Lotan, you don't see people walking on a garbage pali. Ata na kuna dustbin hapo. Na naitupa tu hapo. The ownership, I feel, is like, let me go pick that and just put it there.
Would you pick up somebody else's trash?
I do all the time. God. I'm picking people's stuff up because I just don't want to live in such an environment. I don't want to live in an environment.
But you see, again, I'd rather you are the people that will call the person out. Because I do that. Mimi, Kwambox ukitupa takataka nakwambia, hey boss. Because I was called, again, I've done it. You see this trash thing? I've done it in America. I was called out.
Yani ulipeleka yu Kenya?
No. And it was a banana. We were going to the mall and I thought, boss, again, we're driving. I was younger. It was like 10 years ago. So I was driving to the mall and I was eating a banana.
Can you note? He didn't say he's 10 years old. It was 10 years ago.
10 years ago, yeah.
There we go.
So I'd eaten the banana and then I was so excited. It's the first time. Because I literally just landed in America like I think, 2.5 days before that. So I was really just happy.
Yeah.
And I'm going through the motions, everything. I just took the banana and threw it out. The car stopped. Then I looked like an ape. Because everybody just turned and looked at me like, bro, like, why would you do that?
Why would you do that?
Like, why would you do that? And in my mind, I'm like, it's green. I've thrown it in the grass. See, itakufa ikwe mulch. It's good. I'm helping. I'm helping the environment. And I learned you can actually call people out. Mm-hmm. So if I'm driving with you and I notice that you're drinking a soda and you're rolling down your window, I'll be like, what are you trying to do? I'll call you out.
Yeah.
Because I don't believe that's where it should be.
No.
Put it in the car. When we'll get where we're going,
there
should be a trash can. Then we can go and trash. If you come into my car, there's usually like trash in my car because that's where I put my trash.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't pick it up for anybody. First of all.
Yeah.
Because I'm just thinking it's too much. I mean, that's too over Kenyan.
I know.
Yeah? Let me stop. Call you. Hey, Kwamboka.
Lakini nikuulize Lotan. I've done that. Like, if you're in my car, like, I don't care where we're on the expressway.
Yeah, you can't.
I'm stopping.
I'll
You're
stop.
getting out of the car and you're going to pick it. And there are so many people watching who have done this too, right? I don't care if you're my mom, but my people don't do that.
Skubali.
Hakuna kitu inatupa out of the window. Okay? Thanks. Right? I walk around with garbage. I put it in my bag. And when I go and throw it. But that's not everybody. But you see, just imagine a world where everybody could, carry this notion that garbage is my responsibility. It's my responsibility, right? If I see somebody doing something, imagine.
Like what?
No, I'll say this. This is me, my take, right? If you have this wristband, you need to start asking yourself, this. You need to start asking yourself what this means, especially in a world that's currently, would you, if we went to war, would you join the army?
Yeah.
Let me tell you guys, yeah? Look at me.
Wait, so you'll pick you'll pick garbage, but you'll join the army?
Hear me out, right? In a world that's becoming so super nationalized, right? Everybody is fighting for
self
meaning watu wetu ni wa Kenya, right? If you're still we're all Kikuyus, right? This thing ask yourself what this means. What does it mean to be a Kenyan, right? We are, our issues are so deep, right? 50 years from now, we never think about that. You just think 5 years, 2 years, next year, next month, right? 50 years from now, the world will not be the way it is right now. We can fight about anything, but things like water, right? We're now convincing people not to cut Karura. Can you imagine? We're telling people, you don't cut forest. Like, we have to beg you, my guy, we need this. It's for water in Nairobi, right? We let people cut, we build our...
Maybe you're going to plan your pipe water.
No problem. Yeah, plan. Yeah, no problem. To work in so much skyscrapers. No problem.
No, that's on a light note.
But
please.
Water, you see, when water becomes a problem,
it affects everyone.
Let me tell you, when oxygen becomes a
Hunger
problem,
Games,
right? We are currently we are talking about poverty. Even if you have money, which country is this where oxygen is so bad? Even Nairobi has joined the countries with bad air. And just 5 years ago, before the expressway, our air was perfect. You remember what happened? We cut the trees. I told you. Yeah. And the lane.
Wait, we have problem with the oxygen?
Yes. I know our oxygen level, our air is not clean.
But I expected that from every city in the world.
You see? Ownership. You ask yourself what this means to you, right? What does being a Kenyan mean? Forget about your tribe, right? Because when it comes down to it, if today, like now, you see Israel just woke up and bombed German countries, right? If a country decides they've woken up and they start beef because you guys mnakuanga na mdomo sana kwa TikTok, right?
Tanzania.
And you piss off the wrong person, or that Ugandan guy, Museveni finally shikilias the weapon facing Kenya, right? What does being Kenyan mean?
Would you join the army?
Fuck yeah. What you talking about? I'm a kapao. Now I come to wa Burundi moja ya No, but I would join the army.
Guys, I fear for my life.
I would join the army one time.
I think I would, man.
Yeah, I would pick up arms for this country, right? For sure. Yeah. But we need better vision. Anyway, since you're a traveler, there's something you said. You went to America.
A couple of times.
Tell me your first impression of Americans.
So I'll tell you before I left Nairobi, and actually what I found out, my first impression. So before I left Nairobi, I thought America was like the sitcoms. Yeah, like I'd get there, it's a native black guy, you get all the babes. It was like Neighbors. No, I'm honest about this, yeah? I thought, you know what? People are so gentle. People are so kind. People will always up in your business. People, you move into a location, people will bring out like a pie.
Yeah.
Welcome you into the community.
They didn't do that?
No, they didn't.
Bruv.
But I was welcomed, yeah? But because...
They didn't bring you the welcome to the neighborhood?
No, they didn't.
Yeah.
The one thing, Europe and America are totally different places. Yeah. Europe is colder. People are colder, significantly colder. America, people are extremely warm, but people mind their own business. So when I get there, then I realize you must work hard, man. Like extraordinarily hard. Yeah, when I was working in America, I used to do 14-hour shifts.
Yeah.
Yeah. From 6:15 in the morning to 10 p.m. at night. Actually, it's more than 14 hours. Yeah, I used to get 1 hour break. Exactly.
How much money were you earning?
I remember because I was still a student, because I went to America first as a student. I used to make like $4,000 a month. So it was good enough to buy good pants, good laptop and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah? Anyway. So, me, one of the things especially now with TikTok, I'm always asking myself, what are they teaching Americans?
I used to say the Pledge of Honor.
Yeah, America.
Yeah, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
Remove these things. How can you pledge?
One nation,
a pledge is
under
one
God.
pledge. One pledge. You make one pledge.
By the way.
Apana. But did you make the pledge?
No. I used to make the pledge because I used to work there. They used to make us do it every single morning. Hey. One nation, under God, indivisible.
So you took an oath for somebody else as well?
It was a generic pledge.
But it's an oath.
Hapo hakuna nyayo.
Oath ni oath.
Hakuna
oath.
Arambe.
Can you say the loyalty pledge for Kenya?
I pledge my loyalty to the nation of Kenya.
Who shall fail?
In readiness to stand.
Who shall fail? I pledge my loyalty to the president of the nation.
You see, you're not supposed to pledge a loyalty to the president. My
readiness and duty to defend the flag of our republic.
My devotion to the words.
My devotion to
the words of our national anthem. My life, strength, and service to the task of nation building in the living spirit embodied in our national
anthem.
Motto
of peace, love, and unity.
Harambe.
Yeah, I can't remember.
But you see, that's the old version of it. I think there's a new one. Yeah, there's a newer one the kids are saying.
There's another. Did you do loyalty pledge?
Yeah, there is a lot. If you Google it, somebody's trying to call me, so I can't really. Oh, here we go. Let me Google the loyalty pledge for Kenya. It has no harambe.
Anyway, what? Anyway, as we're Googling that, let me take you to. Have you ever gotten on a flight and ended up in the wrong city? Do you think that's possible?
Yeah.
How?
Oh yeah, it's possible.
How? Like when you get ndege now, you end up in another city.
Oh yeah.
How?
Because you boarded the wrong flight.
How?
Because you probably got the wrong boarding pass.
Nope.
I think it's possible.
How do you get the wrong boarding pass? Like you've traveled.
Question.
Yes.
When you get on a flight, do you know where it's going?
Yes.
Do you know what direction where you're going is?
Yes, because the first way I know is I get my ticket, I look at it, I know that I hear them
say, my boarding pass. They just tell me gate 4.
Exactly.
That's all I do.
And then gate 4, they say, passengers morning on the flight to KQ 7102 to Kigali. You're requested to meet at gate C.
90% of those people you don't hear what they say.
And then you go to gate C, and then at gate C they look at your nini, and then they rarua, and then you get on the flight. The lady again welcomes you, looks at you and say, seat C. How do you end up in a different city?
That's jumbo jet. They don't get in big, in big flights.
Listen, big flights. Look at these two babes who were traveling to Nice, but ended up in Tunis. Run the tape. How?
Oh, wow. Oh, and they actually enjoyed themselves.
My guy, now the governor now used it as an opportunity.
But you see, this is such an American problem.
That's what I was saying.
No, not because of that. Because you see, you know why it's difficult for us to board the wrong flight? Because you need a visa. No. Think about it.
I thought it's because we learned geography.
No, it's because you need it. Because by the time you get a passport, OAS says at Afungwa Seme, at where are you going? France. Schengen Akuna. These babes, they can actually board a flight.
Wait, before they tell you Schengen, they'll be like, kufanya nini?
Hey, imagine you've done an interview at the embassy, then you do an interview at the counter.
At the airport.
Then you do an interview before you board your flight.
My guy.
Because there's planes where they have extra security before you board. Then if you're flying through Doha, whatever, then you do another interview.
Can you imagine?
That's what I'm saying.
So,
you can't do it as a Kenyan, but as an American, you can.
This whole time they're hearing, we're leaving America, right? We are in the Pacific, right? They're seeing, the flight map. You can see, you can see you're going to the wrong continent.
You're going to Tunis.
You're going to the wrong continent.
You're going to Tunis.
And you're still like, oh my God, Holly, we're so excited. I can't wait to put on my bikini.
You're going to Tunis.
Oh my God.
Maybe that's what they read. Why are you going to Tunis? Tunis.
But then, and that's why it just seems so perfect. I feel like when I saw this, I said, the internet generation is so wild, right? Like right now, Lotan, let me ask you, if shit hits the fan, let's say you want to build a house like that one for Kali, right?
Okay.
Which I know you have, but like now another one, right?
Yeah.
You want...
don't mention Kali here.
Because, he said we stop using his name in pods. But like when he's, okay, I don't know another rapper who has a bigger house. Does Octo have a big house?
Please don't put them against each other. No. I see what you're trying to bait me.
Wakadinali.
No,
right?
They don't have a big house.
Okay, we have to go back to Kali's house, right? So you got a house like that. You want to build a house like that, right? And let's say today, maze job ishe, right? How are you going to make this house happen? In 2025, with a social media platform, what you going to do?
I would have gone the Uganda way.
Which is?
Like if you run the first table.
What you do in the social media age is you just tell people your problems and they changia you. Okay. That's just what it is. How many people have discovered this is there? You just go to the internet and tell people your problems.
Really? So today,
is there anybody who has ever told the internet their problems and they've not changiaed him?
Let's do a social test, yeah? So Kwambox is going to put her number here.
I'm not going to do that.
So let's see how much she can raise in a week.
Honestly, although I need the money.
Let's see how much she can raise. She's unemployed.
Hit the PayPal number, you guys, my guy.
Let's put this to the test.
No, that's why I think this is cap, because knowing that everything could turn into a marketable moment.
Correct,
this is the country that.
So you think they acted this out?
I think that these two girls, if they were sharp, right, they could have just said, "Yo, let's act like we were supposed to go to Nice, but then we ended up in there." And you can set it up because it just seems too perfect. And then you get there, and then oops, and then Tunisia says, "Oh my God, this is a perfect opportunity," and gives them. I feel like I'm going to do one.
Smart
I'm
I
going
don't
to
think
do
they're
one.
that smart.
You don't think? I think that. Anyway.
I think they're just blondies, and they're just living their life.
Anyway, now that
I just think they're living their life.
Now that clearly you're a very sharp guy, yeah, I want to ask you a question. Right? Let's come back to Africa because everything. This is the motherland.
Okay.
Happened here. Everything is happening.
Sure.
So the first time when slavery kicked off, right? Like they came here.
Kicked off. Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow, 1st of December, we're kicking off.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Django.
Inanza, right?
Okay.
So they've taken, a few of your cousins and you're like, you guys are sitting in the village like, unajua mazee wamechukua unyi mazee. Onyi ule mbige, mazee wamemchukua. Mazee wamemweka kiboti, wamempeleka, right? How come no Africans ever said, let's get on the boat, let's go get our people back? I'm just saying, because
I don't think we had boats.
I'm just asking, right?
I don't think we had boats.
No, even after.
Listen,
I'm asking, after you finished now, you've realized, okay, this white guy, oh my God, he was, and then you fought for independence. How come you all never went back to get some of your people?
Because they already had accents. And it was over so many years. Like
So like if you poteza a kid, like let's say you have a kid and the kid poteas, right?
then you think my grandchildren will go look for them?
Then one day you're watching TV and you see, aya, say that could be my toy. You just say, let me not fuatilia because they look happy.
No. But you see, that whole thing happened over hundreds of years almost.
So they are no longer Africans.
No, because we don't know our lineage yet. We don't know if you... Listen, Sheila was picked up. Yeah?
Yes.
We don't know if Sheila made it.
Look at that nose. Iyo mapua ni yenu. Look at that forehead.
But Sheila was... We don't know if Sheila made it. No. I think that's a genuine question.
Anyway, you don't need to worry. I think Africans have decided they are going to reclaim... We're actually colonizing Europe.
Oh, yeah.
We have started. If you think it's a joke, it's real. You know? Run the tape.
Yahweh is the God that keeps on giving, my lords. Today is a Wednesday, I think, the 10th of September, 2025. And our banner is here. We got this banner yesterday. Shalom, it says. And it now has the Kubala symbol here. It has been Kubalized.
How is it possible that Africans who are colonizing Scotland are more Africans than Africans in Africa? Like, look at their outfits.
Boss, they're living in tents, man.
Bro.
Like 2-month, 3-month tents.
Yeah, so this is actually real. This is
Shout out to the
happening.
Kubala people, man. Can we get a visa?
That is the Mambaza woodlands. You know how and you know the other day, there's a day, I think early this year, I asked, yeah. Imagine you've landed in Tunis.
Tunis.
You've landed Tunis, right? And then the first thing you're hearing, welcome to the Onyango Mutala airport, right? In France.
Oh, that would be dope, though.
But do you think it can ever happen?
Nah.
Yeah? But Wilson. Who's Wilson?
I don't know who Wilson is. But I know Jomo Kenyatta.
You know who Wilson is?
I know King Shaka.
What
I know
channel is our
Owa
Africa?
Tambo.
Lake Victoria ni nani? Do you actually know
Queen
that?
Victoria, yeah?
Exactly. Lake Albert, Lake Alice, like all these lakes.
No, but it's a Ugandan problem.
No, Alice is here in Mount Kenya.
There's a Lake Alice.
Yeah, on top of Mount Kenya.
That's why it's not on our maps, because it's not big enough.
My God, there's a lake on top of Mount Kenya.
That flows into where?
It's there. It's just chilling. It's a crater lake.
No. I mean, they can take those ones. We have Baringo, Elementite. What is Elementite?
What is 14 Falls? Is Thompson Falls? Who's Thompson?
No, Thompson Falls. We had to lazima tungepeana gift.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
No.
you'll never. So,
But I'm sure it's like Victoria Falls has a local name. Monsieur Tunya. The Smoke the Thunders.
what even Lake Victoria has a local name.
Yeah, so maybe we should call it. What is it? Look, somebody needs to tell us. What is Lake Victoria's?
In
Lake Nyasa. No.
Nyanza. There's a, I think in UG they call it something Nyanza. Nyanza is lake. Nyanza means lake.
Yeah, maybe probably need somebody like Trump. Like just change his names.
Not Trump. It's just us Africans to have confidence and courage in ourselves and our things. Sa ojina ni kitu. Because when I posted that, somebody asked me, like, is it a big deal that it's called Wilson?
So we change like from Hallingham.
But it's Hallingham.
Where are we going? Ochen Aneko Highway.
Exactly.
Okay.
No, I don't have a problem with the names. I'm asking you who's traveled, right? Imagine you've landed in Toulouse and it's called Nani. Orawa Tereu, Sophia Nzau Flame. You know, like, you'd be shocked, right? You never see these things.
Nzau Avenue.
You never see these things. But we are here quick to give people colonial names. So I quite like the Mombasa
I like it, man.
forest, and I have a feeling woodlands, and I'm going to check it out when I go to Scotland.
Yeah, I think. Are you going to Scotland?
I mean, if it stops raining. There's some places I never think about visiting, honestly.
I've been to Scotland. It's amazing.
But it's raining all the time.
Yeah, it has Manchester weather.
Me, I'm not that. Imagine I'm not her. Like me, winter, mvua. Anyway, now, see, last time you came here, you really left a mark. Like, you know, like a
Was it
skid mark
brown?
for the toilet. Like, you left a mark, bro.
Was it
Like,
brown?
you went deep. Chubulu. Hey.
But you know, we can't be and say honest stuff.
Honestly, yeah. And people out there were really concerned about you. You know. So
'Cause I took a
started
dump on
thinking,
myself.
yeah. So, do you know there are people who are still using tissue paper only?
What more are you supposed to use?
Water. Let's just be honest. If somebody...
Stop running the tape.
Hear me out. If you are using only tissue, guy, haujipanguzangi kabisa. That's a fact. Now, argue in the house. You can pause and discuss. Argue.
Why do I need to use more than tissue?
Because, let me put this in a way you can understand, right?
Yes, please.
If you eat food, do you eat food with your hands?
Sometimes,
right? So let's imagine you've gone to a restaurant, you've eaten ugali. Name, like it's almost
like
lunchtime.
fish.
Like, oh my God, because up here there's some really slapping fish, yeah. Okay. Yo, so we've cooled this thing.
Fish and curry.
Ooh, no, ugali, managu, and the curry. And we cooled, yeah. Me, I'm using water to wash my hands. You're using one serviette, right? Yeah. Is that enough?
Yeah, I think it is.
Are your hands clean?
Yeah. They smell like fish.
Exactly. So now let's use that same logic, that same thing that you've just said. Your
watch out.
Is
you see your hands outside, but your cheeks clap.
No, listen.
Wait. Let me ask. Let me ask you a question. Have you smelled cow poop before?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It smells. It's nasty. Yeah.
I mean, it depends.
Has a cow walked past you and you smelled poop before?
Yes.
No, it doesn't.
Cows just naturally.
Because
Up.
He chops it.
The reason that, you know me, the reason I love to talk about toilets is because until everybody has an access to a toilet, this information needs to be out there. Most people don't actually realize that, you know, we don't have.
So wait, for toilets that don't have that,
you have to. No, you work out. If you don't have it, this is what you do. You put a bottle, right, that has water with the spray, right? Put it for your guests in the toilet. If you don't have that.
So if you come to your house,
yes,
there's a spray.
There's a bottle of water with that you make your tissue wet so that you can clean your nyash, so that you don't come and sit on my seat, with your smelly ass. Right. Now,
Miss Tumiagi.
Now, the last time you told us, tissue. Now, let's imagine you've gone to the toilet, you've done this. Cut tissue, roll, empty. What do you do? Right? Knowing you guys, you'll probably just walk out of there, right? Because you'll say, "Ati, my cheeks will close back."
Yeah, my cheeks close back.
Right? Technology is going to leave us in conundrums, right? In China, imagine you're in the toilet, my guy. You're trying to get tissue. And they're saying you can only get this tissue if you watch an ad. An ad!
Oh, that's dope.
Run the tape. So you know how you get those tissues in the toilet, iko free apple?
Yeah.
If you don't subscribe, that's the only way the tissue comes out. That's where we are going.
I like it. I mean, the most difficult part is probably scanning the QR code. Probably if you don't have internet.
My guy, now you're stuck.
No, if you don't have internet, then you're screwed. But
can you imagine? Say you iko hapa.
But you see, you don't use tissue at the start.
Listen.
But you use it at the end.
Yeah, now you go in and then now you start at hey, out there, can you hear me? Do you have bundles?
No.
Please, can you shikilia for me tissue?
If it's only the ad I need to look out for, then it's a good entertainment. I think, and this is it, man. I think the next level of advertisement has been the toilets.
That's what they're doing.
What we need, and this one is on the side. On the side is uncomfortable. We need to have monitors on the screen, on the wall, on the door of the bathroom.
Yeah.
Because most of the time, you sit there, it's either you're on your phone, or you're looking at the white door.
Yeah.
Imagine now, if Boxport was running a promo there.
Bro.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
And I'm looking at it from the angle of, hey, in future, 30-second ad, you can literally, once you open the door, the ad starts running. You put it in, you lock the door, you sit. Actually, when you sit, it activates.
It starts the ad.
Yeah.
First, don't sit on public toilets.
Oh, yeah, that one I remember. No, but you can put carpet.
Do not.
But you can put carpet.
That the nini.
Yeah.
Listen.
Let me tell you, you put
Why
carpet.
the fuck are you pooping in a public toilet? I thought we already addressed this shit. Poop nyumbani.
No, but you've been casual. You know me, I've pooped in town.
We know.
This one for CBD. No, but you see, what you did, let me teach you guys. You know, you boxers, you guys in Momoka. But if you ever find yourselves in a situation where your money doesn't help you,
Yeah.
what you do, you put carpet. Unatandaza. So, in a dependent size of tissue.
And then also you have to put in the toilet.
If it's 3-ply, if it's 3-ply,
Mm-hmm.
you can put 3 layers of 3-ply.
So
if it's 2-ply, you put
you're
2 more
going to
layers.
clog the
Wait,
toilets.
it's flushable. You put there, right? Then after that, then you take whatever's left on the roll, you put it in the hole.
So you shall block toilet.
Yeah.
As in, do you know this is why toilets block?
Then you take your dump. Then what do? You take your balance. You cover it. You bury your poop.
Oh my God.
Right? Then you flush one. It won't all go. It will do. Then you flush 2.
Let's keep that part. So I quite like the idea of the ad in the toilet. I think that's our next frontier. But China has wamezidi. I think before you get the tissue, I know it's brilliant, but just imagine mtu amekazwa. Because like you're running to the toilet because you even have that sweat on your
I hate it, man.
Exactly. You think you're going to have time to wait to see
Almost
an
shat my
ad run?
pants in
You've already needed. Ushajiendea.
On Anduthi, man. It's worst thing,
If you haven't watched that episode, please just wheel back. Just pause here. Wheel back and watch that episode where he confesses a lot. But anyway, another story. I was listening to your show the other day, and
Zuchu. No.
A lot of things are happening. But when it comes to AI, can you be able to identify an AI song?
Yeah.
Can you?
Yeah.
Completely.
Yeah, sounds like Zuchu. Mad
You're
AI
right,
song.
by the way. You know what I think they're doing? I think
It's
what
a
they're
mad
doing.
AI song.
Yeah, she does sound a lot like AI. You're right.
Honey!
No,
Can a human being sing that?
Yes. Even auto-tune. Auto-tune is different.
No. Actually, I'm not talking about the auto-tune. Like just repeatedly say, honey, honey.
You do know that's somebody's best song. What Tanzania bana mkoje? Right? No, AI has really taken over. When I stepped away from radio, I remember I think 2 weeks in, I was listening to classic, and was it classic or?
Oh wow! Now listening to your radio, your age now.
Okay, nowadays they listen to Capital. No, but I was listening to them. Now nowadays I listen to a lot of radio, and they played an AI song, and I was so fascinated. I was like, let me try and make her. So I started playing around with the AI tools, making songs, and it's crazy. It's crazy that you can, as somebody who's grown up writing songs, being in the studio, recording, understanding how the process of making a song is quite hectic. A lot of people wanted to do music, but they never got the opportunity to because of even just paying for a studio, right? Because the process of getting the song out. And then now you can just write lyrics. You don't even need to write the lyrics. You can just tell the app.
You can prompt it.
I want a song about, and there it is in seconds, right? And it's giving you your licenses, and you can do whatever you want with this song.
Correct.
And it's wild. It's crazy.
It's brilliant.
And a lot of artists out there, I'm sure, even now, there are people who are looking and saying, this is probably not something I want to be able to play around with. I have a shitload of songs, AI songs, But Kelani, somebody who I really like, was actually complaining about this issue because there are people who, like me, have seen the opportunity of how I can be able to work with an AI tool to create music.
Yeah.
I'm using it in a different way. I think it's a good way to be able to hear the song and then now go and record it. I write the song, I give the AI to sing, and then I say, okay, cool, I like it. Now find the right voice to sing it. But she was talking about how there are people who have turned and even giving an AI a multi-million-dollar deal.
Yeah.
I mean, run the tape.
in the creative arts, in which people have worked hard for, trained for, slept on the floor for, and got injuries for, worked for their entire lives. I'm sorry, I don't respect it.
So
Timbaland has an AI artist.
Yeah. Me imagine, what are your thoughts on this? Do you think...
I like it because, I mean, we're in that era of tech where everything is 100% being simplified. So it's okay if AI writes music for you, but the only challenge is AI cannot be like you in terms of, you remember that bar? Piganduru kama stima zimekaa. It's AI can't give you that.
Yeah.
Because
The
AI
nuances.
does not experience stima kurudi.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you hear some of the bars on Kenyan lines or some of the, when you hear Wakadinali sing their songs, there's stuff that AI can't do. But from their perspective, AI has learnt them fully. And it's literally something that AI can actually sing like Kelani.
Imagine.
And do music like Kelani.
Yeah. Actually, I showed you the clip of the AI that was speaking just like you.
Yes.
Right? So AI is on the internet scouring, listening to voices, watching, understanding nuances in different cities, different countries, different places, what it means. The other day I was listening to, even for radio, music people, I'm sure they thought, creativity comes from God. My guy, radio people, we already knew a long time ago that AI, we're already here, right? So the VOs, I think one of the first people to be hit were voiceover people, right? Because there are apps that you can just can voice for you.
And advertisement, billboards.
Yeah. And this, initially, the challenge was, it doesn't understand nuances. Like, it wouldn't be able to be like, get ready for the night of your life, right? It'll just read it randomly because it doesn't understand the pauses. But now, I think by the time they were doing their second upgrade of that same app, the ad was saying, and I understand the pauses. I know how to, And you're like, that's the AI.
And giggle in the middle.
Exactly. So even TV, YouTube, for example, which is already dubbing, right? They're using these AI tools.
Oh, wow.
Where you can release your video in, like now this video in English, but it will be dubbed in
French,
many other languages. And they don't need no human for it. It's an app that's translating, this AI that's translating. So for me, I find it very interesting. It's unfortunate that anybody would sit and wait and say, it's bad that you guys are promoting the AI over the humans, right? Because the tool is here. Artists, you remember when they were talking about that cartoon, the Japanese cartoon that had been, AI had replicated it, ChatGPT, and people were using this particular cartoon. This cartoon has been refined over time, animation, let me call it animation, had been refined over time for about 100 years, this particular style. You know how, like, for example, Tom and Jerry, you've created, or Disney has created a style. And then AI comes, and within seconds, you can just prompt it, and it can create for you the same cartoon.
Entire cartoon.
Can you imagine? So, plagiarism of, people were using, I'm sure even you guys used the same, for Homeboys, you used the same animation for you guys. But you can imagine the person who created that style over years, Anaka, for hours, days, weeks, years drawing, and the AI just comes and wakes up and says, this style, yes. Now everybody can access it.
But that's technology.
That's just life.
No, that's technology.
Even as people complained, there's nothing you could do about it.
Exactly.
Right?
Why are we not using small signal?
Huh?
No, because there's telephones now. Yeah, we've grown.
You can't say
the person that used to be the guy that used to wash out the motor lost his job. No, I'm honest.
If the guy didn't think about...
If he didn't think about...
I need to learn the new technology.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's lost his job.
Yeah. But then also, because I've listened to so much AI music, I can be able to identify. Actually, because I listen to a lot of lo-fi, jazz, music that people don't really need to sing, that place has been infiltrated the most, right? So like... 5 years ago when you could listen to lo-fi and just enjoy.
Yeah, and just sit back, relax, enjoy.
Yeah. Now you can create the lo-fi mixes or the songs in just prompts. Lo-fi, in fact, lo-fi is one of the first to be hit, right? And jazz. And I can be able to tell you a piano that's AI. I can be able to tell you a drum kit that's AI. I can be able to tell you a saxophone that's AI because it has a very high pitch. Its tone is a bit different. I hate it. I can't stand that sound.
But you see, even DJs need to get ready because the next AI is now learning mixes. So if you use different platforms, you can now create a mix of music. So that means there won't be a need to listen to DJ Kwambox again, because now AI can ask me, or my playlist can determine the kind of music I'd want to listen. Then AI is going to look out and fish out for all this music and make them into a mix.
Yeah.
So I hear, if I like Kelani, I'll hear the song by Kelani that's going to go into a Brandy, that is going to go to a J-Lo, because it's learning the kind of music I love.
It already does that.
Yeah.
That's already done. And to be honest, I'm kind of happy about that because who made DJ the center of the party? Like when did the dance floor, like every single thing, you know what I think will be next? The lights. The lights will be the focus of the bash. Because remember, it started with the dance floor.
The disco ball.
Then the MC. Then it moved to the DJ. What next? The lights. The club is dead.
Oh, the club.
Right? But now, speaking of DJs, I'd love your thoughts on this story for AI music. Can you be able to identify an AI song? Right? AI videos have gotten so crazy, but for music, what are your thoughts? Do you appreciate an AI artist? Do you have do you have a problem with it? Do you have an AI artist that you're listening to? Or, my God, I didn't even know there was AI. Just hit us up in the comment section. Now, our last story is something that happened this weekend.
Okay.
A big conversation that was happening this weekend. And it's about DJs. So Exclusive was talking about, actually, you know what? Run the tape.
So I know you guys have seen the current conversation going on where our club promoter stroke marketer put up a post, and they basically said that they're not going to book any DJs if you cannot pull a crowd, and they don't see why they should pay you to just go and DJ and drink for free and then leave without having pulled a crowd.
What are your thoughts on this?
I hate it, man.
Should a DJ be promoting?
No.
What's the DJ's role?
Play music. Simple as.
But if you book a DJ, is the promoter? Where do you think the promoter is coming from? She had booked a DJ, and then there was people didn't come for the bash, and so in her mind,
it's not my fault.
The DJ is the problem.
It's not my fault, man. Okay, so if you are giving the DJ responsibility for attendance, one, are you going to pay him more for that? Two, are you going to give him transport money? Because if he's playing 2 nights at 2 different locations, he has to transport his people to the other place.
I like that. Here's another way of thinking about it, right? There are 2 types of DJs. There's a DJ for 20K and there's a DJ for 150K.
Okay.
Right? This DJ for 150K, what's the difference between the 2 of them?
Vibe.
No.
It's vibe.
There's also a personality.
No, fair, but
right?
I think that's the vibe.
Hear me out. So this guy for 20K, nobody even cares his name, right?
Yeah.
It's just there'll be
Just
a
come
DJ playing.
Chapashugli.
So it's not about him.
Yeah.
But this other one, who the name, you're
exclusive
not,
now.
Exactly. I'm not calling you here only for your technical skills. I'm also calling you for your personality.
Yeah.
Right? So having your name on the artwork, note that there's a difference between a DJ where he plays, alafu kuna nani will be making a hey. So these 2 people, I'm contracting you for something different. If it wasn't your name that I'm using to leverage for people to come, right? Then you'd be that guy for 20K.
True. But you see, leveraging for people to come is not guaranteed.
If you've positioned yourself, it's like an artist, right? Fine. I'm booking you as an artist to come perform for guys.
Correct.
Right? There's a difference between a random band and then a person who has
like South Soul.
Exactly. No, a random band like sijui something band. Okay, I don't want to mention certain
Kwambox Boys Band.
You got not mention my name for a random band.
Lotan
right?
Boys Band.
Yeah, Lotan Boys Band wako hapo mazee. Loto Boys.
Loto Boys.
So Loto boys wako hapo, right? These guys are always there every Wednesday, doing. They've got skill. Actually, we booked them for their technical, the way he plays the guitar, the way he plays the
way he sings.
Sings, great, right? He has his own personal music, great, right?
Correct.
But then there's a difference between Uyu Loto boys and headlining acts. So-and-so is coming, right?
True.
So if I use your name, right? If Loto boys usually perform here, nobody cares about promo. But when I put this name, I'm expecting a bump in traffic. Sindio?
That is your expectation.
Yes, but exactly. That's the reason why you're booked.
No. I'm saying that is your expectation. But you see, if you book X-Boys band versus Loto Boys band, the second boys band, which are the bigger name, you don't pay them based on attendance. It is your expectation that because they are big name, people will come.
Absolutely.
But if they show up and there's 500 people and you expected 2,000 people, they'll still give you your performance for your money. So essentially what you booked them is not for the attendance. You hoped people will come. It is your hope. It is an advertisement. I gave you the right to use my name as an advert. It does not guarantee that people are going to show up.
Here's my question. Do you remember when Ashanti's tickets didn't do well?
Yeah.
Right? And everybody was like, oh my God, Ashanti sucks, right? And of course, it did play a part on the promoter, right? Like, how did you promote this thing, right?
Correct.
But as a promoter, I want you to think about it. The way I look at this scenario, I think this lady yes, she has a point, right? That if I book you...
You should be able to bring people.
Yes, that your name should be able to pull people.
To sell.
And if then it doesn't pull people and you've ranged yourself in a place of, this is the reason why I put this. Because if it's the technical skill, I've already told you, there's a difference between the guy who charges 20, the guy who charges 50, the guy who charges 80, and the guy who charges 150.
But again, I'll use football. There's guys that play in my estate. Football, yeah? People don't come and watch them. But there's Erling Haaland. Haaland doesn't care. He has no responsibility whatsoever on who's going to show up for a City game.
But if guys don't show up for a City game, does the team keep holding on to this guy? Because
No, it doesn't.
What I'm trying to say is, when you range yourself, and this, I don't lean on, both of them have a point, right? That when you put yourself as the center, right? Like, yes,
as the headline.
I'm the headlining act, there's a responsibility. You understand? And the responsibility is it's on your name. And so if your name doesn't pull, then it needs to come out clear that, Apana, you need yourself. Because if people are not coming out then you're just like DJ X. Okay? So let me pay you for your skill and let me find a headliner.
No.
But if you position yourself as a headliner, right, there's a responsibility that comes with it. Let's say you get Chris Brown to come to Kenya, right? I mean, you don't need Chris Brown to say anything. His name is what you're leveraging on. So I go promote and guys say, then why the cost?
No, but
right?
you see,
so
again,
that teaches you. So it's not about refund, but it's about...
Maybe you're thinking about yourself bigger than you thought.
Exactly.
But you see, somebody like Burna Boy.
Which means the way you've positioned yourself, you're selling to me that, no, you use my name, you should be able to get the people. And I use your name and nobody responds to that. That's a problem.
Burna had an event in South Africa.
Yeah.
People didn't turn up. Has an event in Nairobi. People turn up. It doesn't mean that people don't rate him in South Africa. Probably it was promoted badly.
It's also because maybe I can tell you that also how you price yourself, right? So, and this also, the responsibilities on both of them. When you're signing this contract, this thing of absolving the person completely from the responsibility. If you charge me X amount, which is definitely prime, right? I take Diplo, I book him for a gig, and then nobody shows up. Sir, reduce that fee to 0, okay? Weka hiyo kitu down.
If you put it that way, in retrospect, it makes sense.
Yes, but if you you position yourself like this, and me, I'm looking at a bunch of headliners. I could have had an artist, and I picked you as my headliner because I could have had the other random DJs, right? And then put maybe another headliner. But now we've elevated DJs have elevated themselves in a good way to become headliners. Then let's be honest, not a lot are actually headlining material. That you can leave them on as the headlining act, and people say, I'm going to turn up only specifically for this person.
DJ K is there.
And that's, I think, what she was trying to communicate, but came off as, I'm not going to pay you. My guy, you've already made a blunder.
No, but you see also, in retrospect, she needs to take a responsibility. She needs to take responsibility as well. You can't say, oh yeah, because DJ K is coming, I don't need to do anything else. I've just put posters and banners. No.
But did she promote? I'm sure she promoted.
I don't think she did.
So that's what I'm saying. The responsibility is on both of them.
I mean, again, it's very situational. And I think probably your next guest should be exclusive on this particular one. So
yes,
so that
exactly.
So you can probably definitely talk about it a little bit more. Because again, where does your job start and end? Where does mine start and end? As a promoter. And I'd love a situation where, if you can, man, have both of them on either side of the table.
Yeah.
And let them argue it out. Because it's two. One is representing the art, DJ.
Yeah.
The other one is representing the people that actually pay for the art. So what is my responsibility? Why should I pay 150,000 to book you as DJ K, and I didn't make that much?
That's a good question.
In terms of, and me as DJ K, I should have a responsibility. If I charged you 150K, what value am I giving the premises?
Right. That's definitely a conversation we're going to pick.
Do you understand? Yeah. So what's my value? So I showed up. Yeah. So, okay. So I'm mixing. I'm on the turntables. But would I be happy if there's 40 people? Because I think the DJ in question needs to look at it from that angle as well. So people didn't turn up. Are you happy?
That's a great question.
So you got your overhead. Your books are balanced. Sour.
Yeah.
You got your chums. But are you happy?
You know what? That's also the question of responsibility. I was saying that even for Kenyans, when you see garbage on the street, and say, I'm not the one who put it there, but are you happy that you're seeing it? So even for DJs, when you're playing and I've seen this a lot. I was just put on this lot. I'm here for my 30 minutes. I'm just going to come to my thing and leave. Whether people are vibing to it, whether people are even showing up for it, you don't care. You're just...
Because you see, for artists actually take their craft seriously, because an artist will show up and say, Mr. wako, saki kuimba bado. Because they value.
Hapana, hiyo siku value. Hiyo tu ni stage fright.
No, sister, watu hawako kama unajua hakuna artist anataka kwa Katendreza because anataka kuperformia wase.
Unajua, this is and I'm glad you've mentioned that as we wind up, right? Internationally, right? Let's imagine we have a festival. Coachella, right? You've been booked, you're performing at 2 p.m., right? And most people usually show up at 4 p.m. Are you going to perform at 2 p.m.?
Oh yeah, I will.
Exactly.
But you see, that's Coachella.
That's the problem.
Again, Kwambox, the context here is not, artists are dragging themselves, everybody wants to perform. No, I'm just saying, the one thing I love about artists is they want to take responsibility.
I hate that thing of changing the time. It shows that the thing wasn't prepped properly.
And that's okay. I totally agree with you. But I'm just saying, ordinarily, what this particular DJ group are saying is, or this particular, what the insinuation is, buda ule ni book for 2 hours. Kama hakuna wase mimi ndacheza 2 hours yangu, niishie. But msanii atakwambia, wacha ningoje. In retrospect, msanii atakwambia, wacha ningoje.
Yeah.
Because hakuna haja niseme piga nduru na hakuna mtu.
You know what? This is a big conversation. I know that I've seen numerous people chiming in and sharing their thoughts. There are those who think that it's the responsibility only of the promoter. You book the DJ, let the DJ just play their thing there. And then there are also those people who are holding on the other side saying, look, if you are a big name, then you should be able to pull in numbers. What are your thoughts on this? Share with us in the comment section. And if you want me to have both of them on the show to be able to let us know on each side what their thoughts, because I have a feeling that they're both saying something.
They're both right.
They're both right, but they're just not seeing it.
And they're both wrong.
Yes.
They're both right and they're both wrong.
Anyway, hit us up in the comment section. This has been an amazing, awesome episode of Run the Tape. Lotan, thanks so much for coming.
Thank you so much.
And make sure you catch Lotan on Homeboys Radio every weekday morning from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. If you didn't know, now you know.
There we go. Run the record.